4 movies, where we'll be discussing 4 movies. My shirt. It's the Good Feathers. I don't know if you remember them. They were on Animaniacs. But I enjoy the shirt. I'm enjoying the shirt now. Like I said, it's. I'll tell you why later. But anyways, we're gonna discuss 4 movies. Hope you're ready. Bam! This energy drink starts kicking in, and I'm gonna be rambling on. Tis the holiday seasons, and a movie for said seasons that I'm glad to have in the collection is. It's not a double-sided disc, but it just has the name on it. I don't know if you can see it. It's The Ref, with Denis Leary and some other people. Yeah, mostly Denis Leary, but it also has the arguing couple that goes on there, and then like it's such a fun movie. Like I said, it plays out so well with these. Is it the two people from American Beauty? Oh man, I wonder. I don't know. I'm not gonna look at my phone because I'm trying to keep this like. So I noticed the other video where like I just stop and look at my phone. Like, I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna keep on going. We're gonna keep this streamlined. Okay, that's what we're doing. I mean, hopefully, fingers crossed. As I said before, I was making a set and I cut my finger. But as I am who I am, that's why I like. If it was an electrician, it'd probably be taped up with electrical tape. I'm who I am, painter's tape. So. Yeah, I was trying to cut a box, like, I had cut it, and then, like, there was edges that weren't right, so I was trying to edge it up, and then, like, it slipped off the edge, and my box kind of went right into my finger. And it's like, oh, it's healed, yeah, but then, like, I slightly touch it, and start bleeding in, darn it, but whatever. The Ref, super fun movie, holiday movie, the arguing couple, there's basically a thief that's trying to get away, the thief is played by Denis Leary. He's trying to get away, and he's trying to make clean from this heist that he did, but he ends up having to kind of bunk with this arguing married couple, and comedy ensues. But yeah, in Denis Leary style, it's funny because the safe has a I guess a booby trap on it that sprays cat urine on him, and so like there's that running joke where they're like, "Hey, it smells like cat pee." That's okay. Next movie. I asked in an earlier video had I got to this movie yet, and I hadn't got to this movie yet, but now I've got to this movie. Bam! Red Hill. Super fun. Australian movie. A guy that nobody wanted to get out of jail because they had put him in there for the wrong reasons, and he was obviously pissed. But once he got out, he's like, "Hey, I'm out of prison. What am I gonna do now? Well, I'm super pissed at these people, so gonna exact my revenge." And oh man, he comes to town and starts messing it up. It's so good. The guy from True Blood is in here. I forget the guy's name, but I was talking about him earlier because like I think I was like, what movie was it? Was it? No, it was an airplane. No, was it Cloverfield? Is he in Cloverfield? I don't know what movie I was looking at. Oh, I think I was looking at Legends of the Guardians. I was looking at Legends of the Guardians, the Owls of Ga'Hoole, and he might have played one of the voices in that. But anyways, yeah. Australian film. Takes place in Australia. And, oh man, it's so good. It's just phenomenal. Like I said, it's a revenge film, and it plays out well. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Well worth a watch. Well worth a watch. I'm so glad that I have that in my collection. Like I said, it's so good. It's so good. It's a revenge film, but still great. Okay. Now, have you seen Bam! Altered? Altered is phenomenal. It's really good. And so these are kind of like gems in my personal opinion because in my collection I like to have stuff like that. Like the first series of these movies, when I was talking about the movies that are out of the series was called Have You Seen This? And of course I get a lot more views on movies that a lot more people have seen, but that's not the real point of the collection because like, okay, one of my favorite genres is dark comedy. And horror comedy can fall under that, but at the same time, like, a dark comedy is hard to find. You know, that's one of the reasons that Very Bad Things is. Yeah, Very Bad Things right here. And that is one of my original VHS tapes. One of the things when I was collecting all these, I already had that. Like, that was already one of the movies that, like, I kept of my original VHS collection, because Very Bad Things is one of my top 5 movies of all time. It holds the number 2 spot of top 5 movies of all time because of the fact that it is so funny, and it's just dark, and it just works well, and it has this, like, it's just so good, and it's one of those things where it's like not that many people have seen it. And dark comedies are kind of hard to find, especially like good ones that work. Satire is kind of like the same way. Like, my 2 top satire movies would have to be Fight Club and Sorry to Bother You. Those 2 are phenomenal. But I like these gym movies where it's like, why do you have a collection of movies? It's like, so I can watch these ones that are popular, yeah, but I can also watch these ones that are just a lot of people have not seen. You know, like, I don't know how do you apply for the job title of historian? is that a possibility? Anyways, Altered, I'm thinking off way off track, but the thing is, Altered is directed by the director, or one of the directors of Blair Witch, but it's not a found footage film. It's an actual solid made movie, and it's an alien film, and they don't show the alien that much. I love that. I love how it's like one of those things, like, you don't really get a good glimpse of it, but it's like it's there, and it causes the tension and stuff like that, but they don't give you too much of it, and so it's like one of those things where, like, you don't see it, and, like, in your mind you're kind of like creating this space where it's like, what does it look like, what is it? And this is phenomenal. This is a great movie. Like I said, this is really a gem. If you haven't seen Altered, definitely check it out. If you like horror movies, it's definitely going to be one that you should check out. Like I said, I like it. I like it a lot. And this is coming from somebody who did not watch Blair Witch. I just refuse. I just haven't. I'm like, people are like, oh man, you haven't seen Blair Witch? Oh man, I remember when it was coming out, I thought it was real. When it was coming out, I never thought it was real, so I never wanted to see it because I hear such bad things about it. It's like, oh man, because it's more of the spectacle than the film itself. It's like, what's impressive about it? The spectacle, that it fooled people. That was it. It's like the movie itself, maybe not meritable, but the idea of it is. It's like one of the most highly profitable movies of all time. That's why it's like, why is every Halloween they'll like try and pump that movie out or something like that? It's one of the most highly profitable movies of all time. You have these movies that are like, you can have these movies that, like, Titanic was like the most profitable movie of all time. Titanic made money, but Titanic also cost a lot of money to make. Whereas Blair Witch was one of the ones where it's like, it was a low budget, and then, you know, it made a lot of money. That's one of the reasons that horror movies are like, why is there so much horror movies? Or why, like, I don't know about people that are all about horror movies, but it's like, why are there so many horror movies? It's because horror movies generally are profitable. So, you know, because it's like, somebody running in the woods from somebody else in a, you know, a jumpsuit and a ski mask doesn't cost a lot to make. So it also leads to opportunities to make something that you haven't seen, hopefully. Anyways, if that makes any sense, thanks a lot. Thanks for watching this far. The 4th movie is going to be, I don't know how this one ended up back there, but The Phantom Planet, except the Mystery Science Theater 3000 presentation of A Phantom Planet. Phantom Planet is pretty good. Like I said, it's the space guy crash lands on a planet. Everybody's small, but the planet's atmosphere shrinks the astronaut, and then he's on this planet trying to get off of it, and there's people that want him there, they want him to be like the new king, and there's other people that are like, you're not going to take my spot of king, and there's back and forth and stuff like that, and it's a black and white movie, but it's good, and Mystery Science Theater just, you know, amps it up. It's one of those things where, like, I think Mystery Science Theater succeeds more when you have a bad movie, you know, like I said, my favorite episode of which I own because I made a promise to myself where it was like, look, That's my favorite episode of Mystery Science Theater. So when that comes out, I'm buying it. And the Mystery Science Theater packs were pretty pricey, but when I saw the one with hobgoblins in it, and I believe this was part of that, when I saw hobgoblins, I was like, I have to buy it because that's my favorite episode of Mystery Science Theater. It is so good. It's one of those things where, like, some of those movies that they showed in Mystery Science Theater were so bad that I literally thought that they made that for the show. I was like, it's a joke movie. It's like, and then I realized, I was like, that was real? That's a real movie that was really released. Wow. And then it was like, being a film director, or the prospects of being a film director or making a film were more greatly accessible because you had that. I don't think being a filmmaker is as greatly successful where you is not greatly as greatly applicable when you have nothing but like Marvel films going out. Like, I can't make a movie like that. There's so much money, so much stuff going on. But back in the day with blockbusters and stuff like that, you had these movies that were like direct to video and stuff like that, and you're like, I can make a movie better than that. You know, so it's like it was more attainable. It was one of those things where like I could definitely do that. So yeah. Now it's just you have these people that are overcritical and they'll be like, "That was drunk," but they won't make anything. You know, like what is your better? How can you better that? Because there's so many people that will just be like, "It sucks," and that's all they give you. And it's like, dude, you have to be constructive if you want to create a better change. Say, hey, this doesn't work. Hey, Tusk. It was like Tusk. It was okay film, but I think it could have been better. That's one of the defining factors on a movie being good or bad for me, is that if I can see how it could have been better directly. Hateful Eight could have been better. Hateful Eight, if they wouldn't have shown the scene and just shown Samuel L. Jackson talking about it, it would have gave you more reason to not know if he was saying it or if he was lying or not. You know that his character later on is like could be a liar, but it's like showing it just makes it more real, and then not showing it would have left it up to the audience to sit there and go, did that really happen or did not? Was he really just tempting him or not? But seeing it just makes it a little more real. So without showing it, you would have had more. Less would be more in that scene. That's why I don't think Hateful Eight is that's why Hateful Eight is not my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie. I'm not saying it's bad, but that's why it's not my favorite, because I can directly see how it could have been better. And then, anyways, okay, I'm going on and on. I'm sorry. Yeah. All right. What was the other movie I was talking about? Tusk. Tusk was another one where it was because it was broken up into the 2-act structure, they showed the creature too early. But anyways, thanks so much for watching. If you watched this far, you're awesome. I'm probably ranting on and on. I guess I am. It's about to do the thing. Thanks so much for watching. Tune in tomorrow. I'm an artist in the physical. Sorry, it did. What? No. What?